good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Y'all know why I'm rocking this hat. Nasty Nas. Yo, he brought these hats back, or maybe even made them like hot. I remember one time I was like, when I first heard Nas, he had the green one, he had the red one. I'm like, yo, I gotta rock these hats. I went straight downtown to get the hat, dog. With the Asians, dog, they had all the colors, dog. But shout out to Nas. King's Disease is what we're talking about. King's Disease just dropped the album, 13 tracks, with Hit Boy as the producer. Produced the whole album. So let's get out this hat. Let's get into my character. I'm Marquis Walker from Boston, Quincy. And I review albums, man. And let's go. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Nas, I've been waiting for this album. The first single they dropped was Ultra Black. And it was featuring Hit Boy. So everybody was like, okay, the album's gonna be like this. Because a lot of people received the single well. They thought it was dope. I thought it was dope. I remember listening to this first single a couple of times when I first heard it. And I'm like, okay, if this is what Nas is gonna be, if this is what the album's gonna be like, I'm in. I'm tuned in. And to be honest, this is what the album's about. You know, if you really think about the track, Ultra Black was a song that was great for the times now. You know, we got the Black Lives movement going, Black Lives Matter movement going, and this song is great for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he actually wrote the song prior to the epidemic and prior to probably the Black Lives Matter. And first of all, Nas writes like this from jump. You know what I'm saying? Check out the blog. I got a blog and I got more information on this stuff too. So check that out too. So like I really get into all the cuts and I talk about the history and past and present and stuff like that about Nas and stuff like that. So let's get into the record, man. Let's get into the album. It's 13 cuts. It's about almost 40 minutes long. It's about 38 minutes and 20 seconds. It came out August 21st, 2020. All produced by Hit Boy. There's a couple other producers that help Hit Boy, but pretty much, if you just look at all the track lists, it's pretty much Nas and Hit Boy throughout. So shout out to Hit Boy on this collaboration. Great. A lot of people thought it wasn't going to be great. I think it's a good album, and it's up there with a couple of his albums. Is it a classic? I don't think it's a classic, but it's a great album. I really think this is a great release, a great collaboration with Hit Boy and Nas. So let's go down the line. So we got King Disease first. He starts off with that. That's the title track. And it's short. The first two cuts are short. So King's Disease and Blue Benz, pretty short, but the solo cuts. And it's just like Nas only, you know what I'm saying? Hit Boy with the beat and just Nas, you know what I'm saying, rapping. So on King's Disease, the first joint, you can tell Nas is like he's back. So you listen to it, you go, okay, Nas is getting lyrical. He's just basically telling you what's going on. He's here, he's back. He's just saying, hey, I haven't lost a step. I can still rhyme with the best of them. And that's what he's giving us. He gave us a little intro, you know what I'm saying? So on Blue Benz, on number 2, a little up tempo. So like it starts off, because the first track was like kind of smooth. It gets you into the groove of the album, you know what I'm saying? And like most of the albums kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? That's what I like. It's kind of smooth tempo, and you can hear Nas's vocals clearly. You can hear Nas's lyrics clearly, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that was the premise of the album, but Hit Boy didn't go too bananas with the beats. The beats are not over like Nas's lyrics. They're not over Nas's voice. You could tell like they're kind of more mellow, and you can actually hear all the verses clearly. So shout out to both of them for like putting this album together. You could tell, I believe, that they probably did this album together in the studio, or they at least took their time on this album, and it wasn't just something that was rushed. It sounds like an album. It doesn't sound like a bunch of singles put on an album. Some people do a lot of that. Like, this single's hot. This single's hot. Let's just put it on an album. You can't consider it an album. It might just be it's just a project with a couple hot cuts on it. And this right here, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's an album. So like I said, first joint, little short, King's Disease, but he starts off well on it. Blue Benz, he brings up the tempo a little bit with the beats. Nas goes in again. Probably like it's like these first two ones, he just kind of like does one verse, I believe, and if he does two verses, the next one's pretty short. Number 3, Car 85 featuring Charlie Wilson. Come on, Uncle Charlie. Uncle Charlie can't go wrong, man. Can't mess with Uncle Charlie. But this one was really good. Of course, Charlie's on the hook. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. And Nas is putting it in. You know what I'm saying? Another smooth tempo track like the other two. And, you know, you got Charlie singing the hook, like I said. And this is just the, you know, two legends in the game putting out a great record. They put out a great record. And, you know, it's one of my favorites. It's actually in my rotation. You know what I'm saying? Ultra Black, we already talked about in the beginning. That was the first single. Nas is, what else can you say about that album? I mean, that's that record. The record was the first single. It's a great concept record. It's about, you know, black power. It's about the revolution. It's about just being black. You know what I'm saying? It's but like, you know, it's basically saying like the black as you could be, Ultra Black, right? So he had a little beef with, I think, Doja Cat or something like that. And I think she got a song coming out. I don't know if she got a diss record coming out, but it's gonna be called, it's supposedly called Nas, the song that she called coming out. I'm guessing she's waiting for this album to blow up and, you know, get some buzz, and then she's gonna put out her little single. But shout out to Doja Cat anyway. I used to be a fan, but I don't mess with that music no more, man. Doja, I don't know, you claiming you ain't black or something, like that's when you lost me on that one. So shout out to Nas, man, for like standing his ground on, you know, the little bar that he said about Doja Cat. 27 Summers. This basically is what Nas is speaking about. This is 27 years in the game, and the 27 summers that he survived. You know what I'm saying? A lot of hood dudes. He was hood. He was gangster. He was, you know, running around in the streets doing all, you know, doing what everybody did back in the day, trying to be thugs and whatever. And he's basically saying I lasted 27 years, 27 summers in this rap game. So he just basically summing that up and telling you guys what's going on, telling you the goods and bads, telling you about how people didn't make it and some people did make it. It's a good concept. I like the record. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of my favorites, but I do like the record. Replace Me featuring Big Sean. A lot of people were skeptical about this song. It was like, Big Sean? Oh, man. Because a lot of people think Big Sean is one of them rappers that don't got a classic album or ain't nowhere near classic, you know, and they don't know where he's going, like sometimes with these records. On this record, Big Sean didn't disappoint. It's Big Sean and Don Toliver. Don Toliver is like that's the hook. He's a singer. I think Big Sean did do well on this song. Because Big Sean could rap. I keep telling people, Big Sean could rap. I was arguing with a friend of mine, not arguing, just discussing it. But Big Sean could rap. I think he's a great rapper. He's just chasing that bag. He's chasing that bag. He's chasing the ladies, which around that age, that's what, you know, young men do. But, you know, Big Sean, if you're listening, man, sit your butt down and get that album out that we want. I know you got that album in you. It might not be a classic, but you got that album. You got lyrics. You got bars. Just get with the right people and settle down and just stop trying to make hits on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Just pour your heart out. And you know what I'm saying? That's where longevity usually runs on the album. Like, you listen to a lot of people's classic albums or great albums that people talk about. It's like you can feel those albums. You know what I'm saying? People relate to those albums, and that's why them, you know, the classics or the nearly classics or the dope records. You know what I'm saying? So I know Big Sean got it in him. So shout out Big Sean on this record. You know what I'm saying? And then comes what the next record is, Til the War is One, featuring Lil Durk. Now this is when people going crazy. When he put out the track list a week before, people were like, Lil Durk, what the hell? They was like, oh, you know, it was all mad. I didn't know where he was going with this. I figured he was just trying to work with new artists. I know a lot of people try to just work with new artists. If they like new artists, they try to work with them. And I think that's what Nas is doing. I do like Lil Durk's hook on this. I think he kind of saved the song with the hook. Because it kind of, when it first came on and Nas was rhyming, it was okay. But it was like, all right, where's this record going? And then like Lil Durk kind of did the hook and it kind of elevated it a little bit. At the same time, it's just not my style. Like Lil Durk on, when he did the song, he did the single with Drake. He just did a song with Drake. And that's a smash record. It fits Lil Durk's demeanor, you know what I'm saying? And that's a good record. But like Lil Durk on this, nah, it doesn't really flow. So I get why people was skeptical or listening to this record and they was kind of mad that Lil Durk was on the record, but it's not bad. It's not a bad song. Would I skip it? No. I'll let it play. So it's not that bad. I let it play, but it's just not one of my favorites and it's not one of my rotation joints. But it's okay. It's a okay record. And I wasn't mad at it. So shout out to Lil Durk. And shout out to Lil Durk on that Drake song. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tore that up. That was a good song. All Bad featuring Anderson Paak. Now, Anderson Paak usually like take over a song. He usually take over a record. If he's on it, you go, oh damn, is that Anderson .Paak's record? No, he didn't do that on this one. He let Nas shine on this one. Nas kind of, I mean, Paak. I can't say Paak because y'all gotta think about Tupac. Anderson .Paak played the back a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Their little chorus, little something. He didn't go too crazy on it, but he did make the record sound better because everybody, I love listening to Anderson .Paak because he gets that voice. His voice is a, just like Nas, his voice is like a weapon. His voice is it's a musical instrument, you know what I'm saying? When people listen to Anderson .Paak, usually, I'm telling you, they get on a record and make it, they just elevate it, you know what I'm saying? They just make it better. You know, he's just one of those artists that can kind of make a record better. And I think that's what he did on this one. He didn't have to do too much because Nas already had it in the bag. But you know what I'm saying? These two kings shine on this one, you know what I'm saying? So next record, Definition, the Definition featuring Brucie B. Brucie B is the singer on this one, just did the hook. This song is when Nas gets in his bag. He gets in his political bag, gets in his social bag, he gets in his black power bag. He's really talking about, you know, society and this, you know, the world and what's going on. And he's really speaking to us, man. He's like the teacher, man. He's like a teacher, man. Nas is a teacher, man. You know what I'm saying? Nas is like KRS-One. He's the teacher, too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And shout out to KRS-One, the real teacher. You know what I'm saying? Teaching us lyrics, teaching us stuff from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But Nas is that dude, too. Nas is one of those dudes. Yeah, he's street. He got, you know, he started off with the crazy, you know, street lyrical stuff. But, like, Nas ended up, you know, he always put something in there that was political. Nas always stuck something in there that made us learn. We thought we was jamming and listen to hardcore lyrics, and then all of a sudden we go, next thing you know, we doing our taxes right because Nas said do taxes or something, you know what I'm saying? So Nas always sneaks in the gym, and he's doing that all over this record and all over this whole album, you know what I'm saying? So, and I thought this one should have been called King's Disease only because it just sounded more like the album cut. It just sounded more like it, but to each his own. The Definition